What is going on, everybody? Still can't make it through that intro without coughing. Just have to learn to be quieter. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mystery Knife Giveaway live event. This is kind of crowding the area, isn't it? We gotta maybe move it back just a bit. But anyways, welcome to the Mystery Knife Giveaway live event. As the title suggests, there are 16 mystery pouches left. 2 lucky winners tonight will get to draw 2 pouches each from the mystery pouch selection. Whatever's inside, you'll get to keep it. Nobody has drawn the premium knives yet, so there is a chance you could win not 1, but 2 premium knives tonight. Lots of new stuff out on the table. Lots of new stuff coming in. Should be a pretty interesting... here in a couple weeks, it's going to get pretty interesting. I've got lots of fun stuff to share with you guys. Some of it is secret. What am I drinking that makes me burp like that every live stream? Carbonated beer. Carbonated beer. It turns out carbonation will make you burp. I mean Gatorade. Yeah, it's the carbonation. Just a hair away from 700K. Not doing anything special for 700K. I'll do something special for 750K. It won't be nearly as big of a giveaway as the 500,000 milestone. We'll do something fun though, and then I'll definitely give away some nice knives. But the next major milestone, if we ever get there, will be 1 million. But I will do... I plan on hitting 750,000 subs, so we'll do something special for that. But nothing at 700. Yeah, this was a nice gift from Brian. I definitely won't say no to a $500 lightsaber. My kids and I, I'm gonna turn this on here in a little bit and show you guys, show off all the different modes. But my kids and I have been having a blast. The quality of this thing. This is a huge chunk of polycarbonate that I think is lined with LEDs. And then the entire frame of the handle is metal. Even the battery on the inside looks ridiculous. Like it honestly looks like I'm pushing a crystal housed with like polished gold. I wish I could show you the internals of that. This thing is serious. It's ridiculous. It's a $500 toy, but man, it is a ridiculously premium toy. I'm so impressed with this. I'm legitimately considering purchasing another one so that my kids and I can have sword fights. It is a dark saber, yes. A few people in the unboxing tried to tell me that I had the blade backwards. I do not have the blade backwards. The blade is in the right way. There's a picture linked in the description that goes to the NeoSaber website, and it's the correct way. Yeah, I think those are 400, and this particular version, there are less expensive lightsabers on that website, but this particular one I think is about $460. Hey, the iPad's at 50%, but thank you for asking. I mean, listen, it's not that crazy to spend this, like personally, if I'd have known that these existed, I'd have bought one. With the amount of money that I spend on pocket knives that I don't use, yeah, this is hardly the most absurd thing I've shown on this channel. Bradford Mitchell, thanks for your memberships there. Appreciate that. Congrats to the people who won those memberships. How's everybody doing? Guys having a good evening? Hopefully the weather's okay where you are. I don't think... is any part of the USA getting crazy weather right now? I hope not. Here it's pretty calm. Kind of cold, but calm. How slicey is the dark saber? Pretty thick behind the edge. Pretty thick piece of polycarbonate. Not flimsy though. They actually build these for you to smack into, like they build them so you can smack them into each other. And they're fully tunable and adjustable. So if the blade, starts to come loose, you can actually back the heads out and push it back in, and then retighten it and readjust it. It's really cool. Whoever designed this was dead serious about making like a fully functional, or as close to functional lightsaber as possible. How about those Chiefs? I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I'd like to now listen. I'm not coming down on you for how you think. You're welcome to think however you want. But I would personally like to thank the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people who have been ranting and raving on social media about the referees assisting the Chiefs. I want to personally thank you. You have done nothing but bolster every player for the Chiefs. You've made them hungry for it. You've kept them from being complacent. You have ensured that they will come out full force. If you have been complaining about the refs, I need you to keep complaining about the refs. That is our fuel. That is our fire. The Chiefs are fueled by that. If we win, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, we can thank you. In all seriousness, though, if the Chiefs lose and the Eagles beat us, I would be honored to be beaten by the Eagles. I wasn't historically an Eagles fan, but I am a huge fan of Jason Kelce, and I love the New Heights podcast. And even though Jason doesn't play anymore, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's Jason Kelce's old team, So if the Eagles beat us, then okay. If they take that three-peat from us, I'll accept it, and that'll be the end of it. And I doubt we'll ever get another opportunity, but that'll be okay. Fly, Eagles, fly! Not even the refs will save them. We want that. We want that energy. We want the big, crazy. It's going to be one of the biggest, arguably the biggest Super Bowl of all time. I mean, not even arguably. I think it will be the biggest Super Bowl of all time. I'm so excited. So excited. How's the bottom left knife work with a magazine handle? It's literally just for fun. I'd pull it out, but it's going to kick this fake round out. It's just this company showing off their precision machining. I've never seen anything like it, but it's purely for fun. But yeah, it does have a little chamber in there, and it kicks a little fake round out. 37-21 Eagles. That's quite the distance there in points. I think if the Chiefs lose, it'll either be by 3 or 7. Here's what I don't want. What I don't want, and I don't know. I have no idea how these two teams specifically match up. I mean, you guys know how the NFL is. You could have one team dominate another team. You'd have let's do the triangle thing. 3 teams. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, right? If you prefer that analogy. Fire beats grass type. Grass type beats water type. Water type beats fire type. So you can't always do everything on paper. I have no idea how the Eagles and Chiefs will stack up based on who they've beaten. So it could be an amazing game. Maybe I'm biased. I don't think the Eagles would stomp us. I do think there's a chance that the Chiefs would stomp the Eagles. And I don't want to see that. I want to see a good game. I want to panic. I want it to be an anxiety. I want it to feel epic. Right? That's what I want. I don't want to see the Chiefs absolutely annihilate the Eagles, but I also don't think that's going to happen. My gut tells me it's going to be a game. If you were to say, do you think there's a chance the Eagles would stomp the Chiefs? I would say no. I'd say no. I don't think that's. Dude, I don't think that's possible. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, I don't know. Maybe we've just gotten too used to the W's. Allure Boat says, hey, I'm super stoked to have made the live. Is this your first live? Welcome. Thanks for coming. I do like the Eagles. Also, the Eagles atmosphere and what I understand about the fans, like a lot of people get mad at Eagles fans. I think it's pretty cool. They just, man, they're serious about football. You got to respect that. People say things like, oh, Eagles fans are such douchebags. And it's like, no, they love football. Like, let them be who they want to be. In fact, out of all of the fan bases, I can tell you that the fan base that probably cares the least about what other people think, probably the Eagles. But I respect it. Respect it completely. They're passionate about football. Yeah, super passionate. Exactly. Is that an orange Wally knife in the lower left? Yes, it is. Yep, we got $6,000 knives out here tonight. We got $10 knives out here tonight. Is it special? No, it's a $10 pocket knife. It feels like a $10 pocket knife. But if you buy it, it's not a bad pocket knife. It's not a bad way to spend $10. So I would personally still rather spend $30 on a QSP Penguin than 10 on that. But I think if you have it and if you own it and it's working for you, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to see a blowout. Not at all. I would rather stress win it than watch a blowout. I don't want to watch my Chiefs casually walk into a three-peat. I want it to be epic. I want it to be something I remember. I don't want to look back in 10 years and be like, yeah, I remember when the Chiefs got the three-peat and they won by 20 points or 21. Like, that would suck. That'd be a real crappy memory. I want it to be a fight. Chiefs will win by 3. Well, they do that. They do that. Dude, like everybody's saying, are you bored? Like, well, sure. Nobody wants to see the same team win the Super Bowl over and over again unless it's your team, right? I mean, we can't really talk about boredom without talking about Tom Brady. I mean, even though the Chiefs are set up for a three-peat, like that time period had to be the most frustrating for the most amount of people. If it's a one-sided three-peat, I mean, yeah. I'm content to just let people think whatever they think, you know. I think Chiefs fans really enjoy. I've gotten a huge. I've been legitimately entertained by the stuff that I see on Instagram and TikTok where they do like the mock announcers and they make fun of Mahomes for like being like you can't touch him or they execute the person that they take the guy out behind the stadium and shoot him or stone him to death. I think that stuff is really funny. I think it's kind of funny that reporters are kind of trolling Kelsey and Mahomes, and they're doing what they can to evade the questions, but it's funny, you know. They like being the villains. They enjoy it. You know, they're out there. Either way, they're out there doing what they love and getting paid a ridiculous amount of money for it. So they can handle it. They're big boys. I think the whole thing is awesome. It's been very entertaining as a Chiefs fan. Somebody saying my phone is ringing? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. An alarm set. You guys could hear that? I couldn't hear it. It's an alarm. Ha! I'm sorry. How long was that going? Sitting here talking. People are like, your phone's ringing, dude. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear it at all. You could see it? What did it say? Ah, man. Just buzzing, vibrate. Oh, it didn't say. There was an alarm set. Usually it's like take kids to weigh in or go pick up kids or something like that. That's funny. Is it done now? Did it stop? I have it set on do not disturb. I don't know why it would do that. Is that a lightsaber? Yes. You guys want to see it? Hold on. Here. Ready? Let's turn all the lights off. So cool. Let's do a different mode. Let's do a different one.
Dark Ages.
We got the orange. Let's try a different one.
Cyber Terror.
Oh, the modes are so cool. Oh, man, I love this thing. That one's awesome. It sounds like it's like laughing.
Codex of Light.
Codex of Light. That one's also white. All of the modes are programmable. Hold on.
The Count.
Solid red. All the colors you could imagine are in here. It just depends on which mode.
Bounty.
That one's also white. There's a bunch of white and red ones in a row.
Redeemed.
That's kind of pinkish. I'm trying to get a different color here, like a wildly different color.
The Senate.
Orange. Let's see.
Wraith.
Oh, yellow. This one's like yellow, and it's got little, like, almost like crackling, like, white and lightning in there. These LEDs run up and down this blade, so it's got all these different effects. And it's got blaster effects, too.
Truly Lost.
That one's pink. Trying to find, like, blue or purple.
Double Agent.
There we go. Kind of a purplish white. Anyways. Super cool. Unbelievably cool. Those these lightsabers from Neo Saber are like this one is $460. So definitely an expensive thing. But they've got on that website, they've got a bunch of different ones. Can you fight with it? Yes. It's a ridiculously thick piece of polycarbonate. Like, I mean, this thing is stupid durable. This is all metal, all of this, beautifully machined. It's got an absolutely wild battery pack on the inside. Really cool. Have I checked out the latest Herman knife? Yeah, I've got one on the way. That laser, whatever they do, I got a video of what it looks like, and I immediately was like, I gotta have one of those. I gotta have one. So I've got one on the way. It's another Mantis. It'll be my second Mantis. But I got one with a pen set because I really like the pens. You got a Max, there's a Maxis Medusa aluminum and Timascus. That's cool. NeoPixel lightsabers are the best. Don't waste on the Disney brand ones. So I mean, I didn't even know that these existed. But I'm definitely in the market for another one because I want to do I want to do the sword fights with my kids. But I think these are awesome. These are amazing. This brand is Neo Saber. They got a whole bunch of them. And I mean, if you watch the video today, like where I was out in the garage and you got to see all the effects, it is wild. And you can completely and totally customize every last element. The way the blade flickers, the exact color, the way it interacts, like the sound it makes when you drag it across the ground, the sound it makes when you wave it around. It's hypersensitive to movement. So it feels as close as possible to what I imagine the real thing would feel like. I mean, as a kid, my brain would explode. I have definitely played with this by myself for close to an hour. Like just waving it around in the basement. It's awesome. Theory sabers. There's a whole community behind this stuff, huh? I'll tell you what. If you're a lightsaber connoisseur, like you know the ins and outs of like the premium end of this stuff, email me with all the different brands. I would love to dive down that rabbit hole. If you have my email address and you want, don't email me with nothing. But if you're like big into the lightsabers and you want to tell me about all the crazy premium brands, shoot me an email and like list the different brands, what you think I should look into, because I think this stuff is awesome. That's a whole new area that I'd love to explore. Cost me Kyber crystal. I'm fresh out. They get a Magpul knife. I can't remember what retailer said they were going to send me one. MC, what's the better blade shape on the Demco 80-20.5, the shark's foot or the clip point? So I like the shark's foot just based on. I do a lot of draw cuts and shaping cuts, but I'm a very casual knife user. I'm a regular Joe, but I like, for what I do, the shark's foot. I'm not going to be at the Texas Blade Show. Oops, my chat froze. There we go. The name of the company that makes this lightsaber is Neo Saber, but according to chat, there are a lot of premium lightsaber companies. So that website has lightsabers that are in the low hundreds all the way up to like, I think the most expensive one I saw on the website was over $700. But this is far and away the highest quality. I remember in college, I bought a lightsaber for like 120 bucks, and I thought it was really cool. It was nothing compared to this. It was a joke compared to this. What's the name of the company that makes these? Neo Saber is the one that makes these. The one that's out here. Some in the thousands? Dang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not above paying $1,000 for a nice toy lightsaber. I've paid more for crazier objects. Real swords are cool. I have real swords. You guys have seen them. My favorite of my real swords. This guy right here, this Regal boy. Very beautiful. Bronze with the bronze blade. This is a Sabersmith, hand and a half. Very cool. I have two from Sabersmith actually. Excuse me. Gosh. Is it actually sharpened? Yeah. It's got a hollow. It's got a knife edge on it. It's got a double hollow ground with a knife edge. So it's not sharpened like a historically accurate sword. Ultra sabers are cool. Unlimited options. $75 to $1,000. Wow. You guys are into lightsabers, huh? There's a bunch of you who know a lot about lightsabers. That's cool. Why didn't you guys ever tell me? You got all these secret hobbies you're not sharing. Have you seen the new knife by Spyderco and Edgerati? Was it one of the new Spyderco releases? I mean, surely. I think I know what you're talking about, but maybe not. Yeah, my biggest, the most I've spent on hobbies is definitely pocket knives, number one, but also much more than I care to admit, watches. The most recent purchase being the Tudor Black Bay, which I really like. This is the smallest watch that I own, but this was the most recent purchase. Expensive hobbies for sure. I won't spend money like that unless it's something I can turn into content and share with people. I mean, this is a hobby channel for sure. So I gotta make purchases that go along with the channel, even though it's primarily knives. I do, yeah. That's a good point. So like, I would much rather spend money on something that I can carry daily if I want to. I can't carry this. I mean, I could carry the lightsaber around. It would be a little bit weird. But like watches and pocket knives is really easy for me to spend money on because I can carry them and enjoy them all day. I am nowhere near as protective of my watches as I am my knives. I have no problem wearing a hyper expensive watch and bumping it into stuff and getting marks on it. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I don't know why I'm like that versus pocket knives. If I'm carrying around a super expensive pocket knife, I'm much more protective of it. I don't know why. That's just a weird, irrational mental thing. A $500 pocket knife, not that big of a deal to get marks on it. But a multi-$1,000 pocket knife versus a multi-$1,000 watch, I'm hyper protective of the knife, which is very ironic. I'm not really into guns. No, I've never really gotten that. I think they're cool, and I live in Kansas, so very familiar. Have shot guns many times. They're really cool. I'm just not. I don't have that same itch with firearms. We just bought, to me, a nice espresso machine. I think it was, and I know they get crazy. For those of you who are big into espresso machines, I know they get crazy. So I'm still entry level, but we bought a machine that I think was $800, and it's really nice, and it makes coffee that tastes good to me, but I know they get a lot crazier. Clark Kent is from Kansas. Yes, he is. I see him at the gas station every now and then. He waits in line like everybody else. Nice guy. The best watch brand is Tudor, so I haven't experienced enough to really call it, but I'll tell you that my favorite aesthetics, like Tudor really nails it for me. And I mean, you're wearing, I know Rolex people get mad at me for saying this, but you're wearing a Rolex. You're just not wearing a Rolex that says Rolex, since Tudor's owned by Rolex. Tudor is to Rolex as Chevy is to GM. Rolex is Cadillac, Tudor is Chevy. So there is a difference between the Cadillac Escalade and the Chevy Suburban. But at their core, they're the same thing. And I know watch guys will get on me on movements and heritage and stuff like that, and I get it, and you're right, and you know more than me. But I do love Tudor, and that's what's holding me off from buying a Rolex. And I don't want to spend over $10,000 on a watch. I just don't. I don't want to do that. I've never seen MCM Superman in the same room. Oh, have you not now? Interesting. Right, Tudor is a budget Rolex. That's what it is. You can spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a Tudor, or you can spend 10 to 15 on the equivalent Rolex. So I owned the Omega Seamaster. Downing22, thanks very much for the donations there. I owned the Omega Seamaster, and it was a really cool watch. It wasn't my style. I ended up selling it to a patron for about half of what I paid. Basically brand new with one small scuff on the clasp. So one of my patrons got a really good deal. He was a military guy. I was happy to sell it to him. Tudor is Civivi and Rolex is We. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a bigger gap. Like in terms of cost, I suppose closer. But in terms of functionality and quality, like how different are they really? I've watched so many videos. It's like Tudor is We and Rolex is We, but one of them says We and the other one just doesn't say, or it's just like, it's almost like it just has a different brand name on it, you know? I think Rolex makes some really cool watches. I just, nothing that I am like, oh man, I want to spend $12,000 on that. Like, yeah, or more. You know, like that's like an entry-level Rolex. I do like the Deep Sea. I do like the Rolex Deep Sea, but I don't want to spend them. I don't have that type of money to drop it. Like that's like a huge chunk of a vehicle, you know? I have a Tudor Black Bay Opaline and a Batgirl Rolex. I don't even know what, I'm such a noob that I don't know what you're saying there, but I believe that they're cool, Ryan. I believe that you are a baller. I think that's awesome. Grand Seiko spring drive. So I actually have a Seiko with a spring drive in it, and it is far and away the most accurate watch that I have. It actually makes a joke out of my Tudors. I have the Seiko LX, which is not a Grand Seiko, but the Seiko, the monster Seiko LX with a spring drive, and I love that watch, and it is unbelievably accurate. Plus or minus, what is it, a second a month or something like that? Plus or minus 15 seconds a month. It's like half a second a day. It's unbelievably accurate. As far as accuracy, I think the spring drive, along with a couple other, there's like a couple other that are incredibly accurate out there, but the spring drive is one of the most accurate movements on Earth. Thousandths of a second. Okay. Sorry. 70 watches. Oh my gosh. I feel like Seiko is such an underrated brand. Like as soon as you get up into the multi-$1,000 territory, so many people are like, well, yeah, I'm not going to buy Seiko because it says Seiko on it. But the more research you do into Seiko, especially at that price point, and you're like, these are the same or better for thousands less. DM you when I get a chance. Okay, I'll try to. Thanks for the donation. What about the Super Bowl? I was talking about that earlier. I'm really excited. If we lose to the Eagles, I'd be honored to lose to the Eagles, and I'll accept it. And I don't. if we lose, yeah, it bums me out, but I'm not gonna spend. I'm not one of those people that's gonna spend the next few years being pissed off about it. I just think that's a huge waste of energy, and I also don't want to teach my kids to be like that because I've got tons of friends who invest like years of emotional energy to past losses, and I'm like, man, what an enormous waste of time. If the refs make a bad call, not in your favor, or make a good call in your favor, or whatever, you win or lose because that's the end of it. That's the end of the game. You have to accept it, and you got to move on. You can't sit there and dwell on it. You don't want to be that type of person. Of course, easy for me to say the last few years as being a Chiefs fan, but you have to remember I've been a Chiefs fan my entire life. Maybe not as dedicated when I was younger, but we went through a long period of time where we sucked balls. Sever7, thanks for your donation. Hey MC, there's a small knife shop called Aurora Blade. They help small makers get recognition. 2 dudes, and they're incredible people. Can I have them reach out to you? Reach out? If yes, where should they? Dad, please. Yeah, no problem. You can give them my email address, metalcomplex87@gmail.com. You can also tell them to reach out on Instagram. I'll do my best. Emails and DMs get buried, but I'll do my best to look out for it. It is a game. It is a game at the end of the day. You have to remember, it is just a game. And I know that people are hyper passionate about football, don't like to hear that. But you have to ask yourself what it's worth investing. Is it worth ruining your mood over and affecting every interaction that you have with people, your friends, your family, the people you work with, the customers you serve? Is it worth having, negatively impacting those interactions? It's not. It's just a game. If we lose, we lose. I'd love to win. At the end of the day, everybody who's playing is making a shitload of money. And you are a spectator. We are spectators. So we go back to our regular lives. They go back to their football lives. And make millions of dollars. Best entry watch? Oh, okay, sorry, the lightsaber's talking to me. It's all done. She said she's done. She's powering down. Best entry watch? I don't know. That's hard to say. One of my first, decent watches, I had a solar-powered Citizen that was pretty good. I also think G-Shock makes some really great watches. I like some of the... my first nice watch was the one that Nick sold to me. That's the one that got me into watches. Was the Seiko Samurai. But that runs at the low end, like 200 to 300, maybe more. I skipped the whole budget end of watches. I went right into the multi-hundred territory. So I don't know. I feel like G-Shock is really good, but there's probably people in here who can give you a better answer than me. I've had a weird watch experience. I don't know if I've had the most typical. I was Seiko, Tissot, a few weird little micro brands. And then I went to Formex and Tudor. Mark Brophy, thanks for your donation. I won't wear a smartwatch. I refuse. And I think that the smartwatches are great, but I don't want to have to charge my watch. I love automatic watches. I like to be able to wind them and wear them and just be done. I'm not a huge fan of quartz watches either. I like automatic divers, very specifically. My entire collection almost they're all automatic divers. People really crap on Invicta, and it's like, whatever. Like, if you like Invicta, then go, whatever. Buy an Invicta. I hear they make good watches. They're really cheap. Invicta does a lot of, I think they call them homage watches. Like if there's a certain look you're after, you can get it in an Invicta and pay like 1/20th the price. So whatever. Watch guys will tell you that that's cringe. But if you like it, buy it. Who cares? %99.99999% of the time, you're buying the watch for you. It's very rare somebody's going to recognize it one time at Dylan's, one time the checkout kid said, "Is that a real Tudor?" And I was caught completely off guard. Thanks, King, you dropped this. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll give it back to you. You can wear it. But one time the kid at Dylan's asked if it was a real Tudor, and I said, yeah. And he was like, I love watches. I'm super into it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That was the only time. Nobody else has ever recognized a watch on my wrist. I'm wearing it for me, you know, and to show to you guys. That's it. So if you like the Invictas, and buy it. Buy an Invicta. Who cares? Same way with pocket knives. You don't have to be rocking some crazy expensive knife. Like, if it brings you happiness, who cares? If it's $10, $30, $5,000, whatever. Buy it because it makes you happy, not because you want to impress anybody else. And I realize the irony that my job is to showcase and review and give my thoughts. But at the end of the day, I'd rather people understand that my perspective is that you buy what makes you happy. And don't feel obligated to like join a club, or don't buy things like this as a status thing. Don't turn into one of those types of toxic people. Hey, yeah, he said my watch tells time. I mean, that's why you buy it. You know, ultimately, functionally, it's supposed to tell time. But you also buy it because you want to look at it and you want to feel that warm joy. You want to look at it and be like, this is cool. I like it. I like the color. I like the look. It makes me happy. What's my opinion on the Kumu watches? They're awesome. That's a watch made for a knife enthusiast. Sergio is absolutely on the razor's edge of nailing that. The Nanhai. Yeah, that's a knife enthusiast watch, and it is ridiculously cool. I have the mirror polished DLC version with the Timascus bezel, and I love that thing. It's awesome, and I think it's a steal. That ultra version at like $700 or whatever, I think is a steal. Champagne wishes, caviar dreams. I've never heard that before, but that's funny. Let's see it. It's upstairs in my watch case. I keep the watch case beside my bed because I wake up and roll out of bed and I pick a watch to wear for the day immediately. And I keep my review rotation up there, as well as my own personal rotation is all in that watch case. For knives, I mean. Stop trying to get everyone into watches. Nick's right. Don't get into watches. Because if you do, as soon as you buy a nice watch, you're screwed. It's just like buying a nice knife. You're done. As soon as it's not even when you buy it. It's when you start to think about it. If you're in that mode where you're like, people who buy expensive knives are crazy. If you stay in that mode as long as possible, you're safe. As soon as you go, well, I mean, wouldn't hurt to look. As soon as you do that, as soon as you go, well, I'll just browse a little bit. You're done. You're doomed. Nothing you can do. And then you become one of us. And you start participating in Metal Complex live streams. You know? Look at all of you. There's 1,000 of you in here. Every single one of you knows exactly what I'm talking about. All of you are smiling. You're all smiling. Even if you're somebody who doesn't smile very much, you're smiling right now. I caught you. I caught all of you. You're all smiling. That's why we're here. We're here to enjoy it together. We all know we're all crazy. We're having a good time. We are the problem and the solution. We're the support group. We're the rehabilitation. All of it. Cyclical. What a mess. What a wonderful mess we found ourselves in. Timascus versus Zerkatai. Timascus is just multiple compositions, or at least 2 or more compositions of titanium that anodize at different rates. Zerkatai is the same thing with zirconium. And there are different companies. There's Zerkatai, which is the name brand, and then there's a bunch of different other companies who make it. Sometimes it's called like black Timascus or whatever. But it's zirconium. And for a long time, there was only one. Zerkatai was the only one, because bonding zirconium, apparently, however they bond it, it was a big secret for a while. And I don't know that it's necessarily a widely known thing, but other companies figured it out. Out of my watches, my favorite was a $400, you said knife, but I'm not sure you mean watch. Citizen EcoDrive, 3700. I got that in like 2008, 2009. I have a Citizen EcoDrive. My brother bought it for me when I started working at the dealership so that I would have a nice watch to wear. And I still have it. It is a nice watch. MC, you're solely the reason I now have 10,000 in knives next to my bed. Hey, it's like I always say, if you have budgeted for it and you are, by your own definition, not mine or anybody else's, by your own definition, you are financially stable and you're able to pay for it and you're comfortable and you're happy, then it's okay. Now, if you're blowing big chunks of your paycheck and you're not able to pay your bills, you know, and if it's creating a financial problem for you, then you do what you want to do. My suggestion would be back off and just enjoy the content. I have a disclaimer in my content about teaching the proper use and viewing knives as tools and not weapons. I should have a disclaimer about how dangerous it is and how slippery it is to spend tons of money. You know, that's the truth. Creating financial hardship. I think subconsciously part of the reason that I give away so many knives is because I'm very much aware that I've created addictions for a lot of people. And I can preach financial responsibility all I want, but I still am definitely the core cause of this for a lot of people. So I think mentally maybe I justify it by giving knives away. I appreciate you guys being my therapist while I'm being your therapist. There's more of us than there is of them, the gods. AMC, could I link a few of my shorts? You can link whatever you want. I don't have... So just so you guys know, like, sometimes people get on me and they say, like, why'd you delete my comment? I very rarely delete comments unless it's something sexist or racist or just really abhorrent, or like if you're gaslighting on purpose. But when you link something, I've noticed some of those make it through and some of them don't. I don't delete the links. If you guys want to like link things, is perfectly fine. But sometimes the YouTube system removes them, and I don't know why or what. I don't know how the system works. So if your link makes it through, great. I won't remove it. If it doesn't, it's not me. I promise. I don't delete those links because usually it's just people trying to share YouTube videos or context to what they're talking about, which I encourage. If you have something to say, especially if it's like adding context to the conversation and you have a link, then I would prefer people add links, add sources to things. I think that that's a good idea. So yes, link away. I don't know if it'll work in a live stream though. That's the problem. People coming down on people who wear smartwatches, but listen, it's just a preference. Like, if they enjoy it and it's aiding them, then you know that's fine. I don't like the idea of like people like gatekeeping based on the type of, like, if you're like, I like watches, I wear an Apple Watch, like that's fine. You can do that. You know, whether or not some specific micro group considers it an official watch or not, it doesn't matter. You know. I don't like people being pressured into enjoying certain things because of the club mentality. I don't like that. I've always pushed against that. Excalibur without pocket clip possible. Yeah, you can remove the pocket clip. We are redesigning the clip. I don't... The clip that I designed, if I was going to give it a letter grade, I'd give it a C minus. I was really, really specifically wanting a certain look combined with a certain feel with the blade in the open position. And I got too invested in those two things. And what I neglected was the in and out experience. It was too short and it was too tight. And while the clip works, it's not an optimal experience. And I think a lot of people would say that's putting it mildly. You're really you're really softening the blow there. It is a pinchy clip, and I want to make a better clip. And there will be a better clip on the sandwich construction version. And ideally, it will be backwards compatible with previous versions of Excalibur, so that if people decide they want to pick it up, we'll make it as cheap as possible. Then you'll be able to do that. Yeah, that's the idea, is to make a clip that people can pick up and add to their V1. And that's going to piss some people off. A lot of people are going to I have to pay more money to get the optimal clip. I just want to remind people, and while the complaints are certainly valid, you know, I don't want to like dismiss criticisms because it's very important. And everybody who criticized the clip is correct. They're all correct. The clip could be better. I want to remind people that every design, every evergreen design, had multiple phases and multiple changes. Look at the paramilitary. Look at the Hinder XM18. The evolutionary phases. Things were changed based on customer feedback, and that's exactly the roadmap that I expect to go through for Excalibur. We will change things. We'll alter things. My perfect version of Excalibur is not the perfect version for everybody else, so we'll make multiple variations, but the first big thing that needs fixed is the pocket clip. I'm not going to make a long clip, but I will tell you that the clip that we're going to redesign will be longer than the one that is currently on Excalibur. It will be nowhere near as tight or pinchy. 1 million subs equals Rolex? No, I'll tell you what I'm going to spend my money on at 1 million subs is giveaway knives for you guys. I gave away $10,000 worth of pocket knives at 500K, so I've got a bar to get past. I'm not going to blow money on something for myself. If I spend a bunch of money, it's going to be on awesome giveaway knives for you guys. I'm building my giveaway arsenal right now for 1 million subs. Give away a Rolex? No, you guys don't want me to give away a Rolex at 1 million subs. One Rolex? Would you rather me give away one Rolex at 1 million subs or multiple epic knives? 99% of the people in here are going to vote for multiple winners, multiple epic knives. That's what you guys want. Oh, he says I'm kidding. Okay, I was like, dude, no, like, come on. Okay, yeah, all right, I get it. I should have caught that. You're right. I was being dumb. My bad. I should have known you were kidding. Do I like the Lynch clips? I like some of them. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that straight over bill, but they do functionally. They're very good. Let me find a good example of a pocket clip. Here's a great pocket clip. The Hinder clip. It's a thick stamped clip, but man, it's such a good clip. Spoon bill, taper, smooth transition in here. Minimal rise, easy in and out. The Hinder clip is amazing. Expect something very similar to the Hinder clip on the updated Excaliburs. My daughters just got their first knives this week. Spyderco Delica 4, one in pink FRN, and S30V the other, and S30V Warncliffe. You chose extremely well. John, thank you for your donation. I think you chose extremely well. I'm actually very motivated by this comment here. I think you chose excellent knives. Good work. God, it's already 7:30. This is going way too fast. I want to sit here and talk with you guys forever. Tab to cover the screw hole on Excalibur. Yeah, I'll do everything I can to make it visually appealing and functionally appealing. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. This years old joke, man. How long have we been doing this? MC, could you please explain the benefits of using zirconium on knives and pens? Not a lot of info out there. Zirconium is durable, but truthfully, it's an element of embellishment. Zirconium takes a beautiful finish. It adds heft and that inexplicable feeling of quality associated with weight, which is irrational. Zirconium is expensive, it's dangerous to machine, it's not easy to work with, and knife makers and knife designers love to push the limits and add ridiculous and totally unnecessary elements to knives. Zirconium is a perfect example of that. It in no way optimizes your knife, but it makes it cool. Zirconium. Pocket knife people love dumb shit like that. I do. Zirconium often throws the balance off, especially when the entire frame is made. Like my arch nemesis here has a frame that's made entirely of zirconium. It does nothing but throw the balance off. Sure, it's durable, but you could have made it out of titanium or even aluminum. It's plenty durable for what it's going to be put through. But it's cool. Zirconium is cool. It's no more complicated than that. And that's a weird thing that, especially with newer people, it's a weird thing to accept that there are elements like that added to knives for no other reason. But it's all too common, especially as you go up in price. Show the big Damascus knife? Yeah. So this is my most recent full custom. It's a Dalibor Bergam Unnamed, made of proprietary daltanium. Special grades of titanium, layered with zirconium and made entirely by Dalibor Bergam. And then he also forges his own sanmai, which he has zero etched or fully mirror polished. It's like a tire tread sanmai. Beautiful. Awesome core, fully mirror polished. This is an integral. Absolutely monstrous integral knife. This is kind of like, this knife represents like peak me. It's like all of my interests wrapped up in one knife. And that was the whole purpose behind that build. I don't know a lot about the Magpul stuff. I'm gonna wait and experience it and learn about it. I don't know a lot about it, and I want to wait until the tester channels have had their fill of it. You know, I'm a simple boy, so I'll wait and see. But yeah, I'm like in the tutorial of that stuff, so it's hard for me to comment on it. You dislike crossbar locks? I'm kind of tired of them, but I mean, it's hard to say I'm tired of crossbar locks. It's like, what about frame locks? Like, holy crap, that's been around forever. I love frame locks and liner locks. You know, what I like is locking systems that don't have things that can fit. Like a crossbar lock has omega springs. I want to see coil spring crossbar locks. Apparently, Benchmade has a patent on that. If you guys remember, I constantly bring up the Benchmade Anthem, and I don't think people realize how cool that was. The Benchmade Anthem #1 was a Benchmade titanium integral that came in at $400 at the time. People were freaking out. Oh my God, $400. That thing today, by today's standard, would be unbelievably well priced. The coolest thing about that knife is that they implemented not only a crossbar lock in the damn thing, but a crossbar lock that operated on a coil spring. The Benchmade Anthem is one of the single most underrated pocket knives ever. And Benchmade apparently has patented. You know how I know this? Because me and Sergio tried to get that locking system for Excalibur. We tried to get a crossbar lock that operated on a coil spring, and we couldn't. Because there's apparently a patent on it. Now, I don't know how Microtech got around it, because that's essentially what they did. It's different enough, I guess, but like that's what we wanted to do. We couldn't do it. Take a breath. No, I'm passionate about this. The Benchmade Anthem is awesome. That's one of Benchmade's best knives ever. It's so cool. Kicking myself for not having bought and kept that knife. The $100 integral from Reich, the Reich, damn it. What is that? The Thule. Yeah, but that's a G10 integral. That's not a titanium integral. Sage 6? I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Sage 6 looks awesome. Button operated compression lock? Yes, please. Take my money. I'm pissed off that they're like, oh, let's do G10 with a tiny little flat piece of carbon fiber. That stupid laminate carbon fiber. I hate that. Everything else about this knife? Yes. Kaiser Brat. If you want the integral thing and you don't need it to be titanium, buy the Kaiser Brat. It's a button lock G10 integral for like $90. It's an awesome knife. I love that knife. What time is it? Hour 2. We're good. We got like 15 minutes before I have to break out the prizes. Ugh. I'm in. So like the bare minimum that I, want to do lives ever is I always want to do at least 2 hours, but I only have an hour and a half. But tonight's one of those nights where if I had the option, I would go live for 3 hours. I just I have all of these things I want to talk about when it comes to knives, and you guys are, for the most part, the only people I have to talk about this stuff. I want to sit in here and talk about all this, and I only have an hour and a half. Josh Martian says, thank you everyone for the comments. We're so dang proud. They tried to take them to school. They're 6 and 3. 6 and 3? I don't understand this. Thank you everyone for the comments. They're so proud. They tried to take them to school. They're 6 and 3. Well, it sounds like whatever this is positive, so I'm happy for you. I appreciate your donation. I just don't understand. Maybe I don't have the full context. Busy? Well, I have 3 kids, and one of them is a baby. One of them is a 9-month-old. So I don't have the time. And we also have wrestling. This weekend is nuts. We have wrestling, we have basketball, and we have dance all in one weekend. So I'll be all over the place. I have to get up tomorrow morning pretty early to leave. My daughter has taken home this season in wrestling 3 gold medals. So I'm very interested in taking and supporting her for wrestling. And my son's doing really great in basketball as well. And my daughter also has a solo, her first solo in dance. So I can't afford to be live and drink beer for 3 hours. Yeah, she's a beast in wrestling. We're doing great, and she really enjoys it. We strive to have MC Rude Milestone chats one day. Thanks, Zach Stuff. If you guys aren't subscribed to Zach Stuff, I'm sure you are, but if you're not, subscribe to Zach Stuff. I feel like I can't remember who started their channel. I feel like Zach started his channel before me, but I remember the days of the pass around group. Zach, awesome dude. Hope to one day meet you, Zach. Cheers. And he gifted a membership. Thank you very much. The good old days, the early days, man. We've been in this game for years. It's wild, right? It's so crazy. Years of this. What a weird ride. They're doing the S90V Stage 6 with solid carbon fiber? Really? I thought it was laminate. Okay, well then I've been complaining about nothing if that's true. If it's solid carbon fiber, that's awesome. Have you purchased, sorry, let's scroll back up. Have you purchased any other YouTubers' knives? Neves, Tri-State, or any others? Can you show them? I have not purchased them. Neves is sending me his newest design, and he told me I could keep it. So it doesn't really count as a purchase, but I will own one. And I gotta be honest with you, I actually do want to own the Misdemeanor and the Tri-Stash. I had other... They were, like, financial, like, dedications, I guess. So I guess I'll blame it on budget limitations, but the truth is I would like to own their knives. Not just because I want to support those guys, because I love them. I mean, Neves and Tri-State, like, those are some of my closest friends in the knife community. But also because they're really cool knives. Like, they made awesome knives. I want to add those to my collection. Ryan, what's up, man? 51 months. Hope you're all having a great night. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan's been around forever. Is the Neves knife worth the money? Yeah, it definitely is. 100%. He priced, I promise you, after handling it and seeing the price, I promise you that Jared priced that as best as he possibly could. I promise you that Jared was not looking to, like, make a ridiculous amount of money on markup. I promise you he priced that as the best that he possibly could. There's so much less room. Everybody loves to think that there's, like, massive amounts of room in knives. There's not. It's cutthroat. It's nuts. If you want to make something spectacular and you want to be able to get any type of payout, right? Like, you have to survive on volume. And that's what he did. I mean, he has the audience. So he said, okay, we'll price this as good as we can. It's the same thing I did with Excalibur. I'll price it the best I possibly can, and we'll go on volume. It's what you have to do. Yeah, people are always going to complain about the price. That's okay. I mean, it's a knife. Like, I can't tell you how many people have been like, your knife is stupidly overpriced at $400. And I always try to explain that it's an integral, and I'm always met with, like, heavy breathing and drool, and you can tell that they don't know what that is. They don't, and it's like, well, okay, that's fair. Like, they don't know, and it's just not for them, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay with people saying that it's too much money for them. Like, that's fine. We're gonna make less expensive versions so that people who don't care about the integral element can pick it up. That's fair. It's not like I'm like, oh, you can't pay for it. Like, that. It's one of the things that I hate the most. I don't hate a lot of stuff, but let me tell you a line that people use in the knife world that I hate. A burning hatred. I hate it when people say, don't be poor. Don't be poor. What kind of ass response is it? I hate that. That's ridiculous. Don't be poor? What do you mean? Not everybody has the same budget. We all like the same stuff, but not everybody can afford everything. It's ridiculous. Stupid thing. Don't be caught dead saying something like that. I get it that people like say it jokingly, but if you've ever said it seriously, shame on you. It is gross. It's a gross thing to say. What do you, it's like saying, what are you doing? Just have ideal circumstances. Everybody's path is different. David R. Angel 777, thanks for your donation. My wife bought me a knife out of her own will for the first time. Your wife is awesome. Huge W for your wife. It's growing. Every time she hears me say metal underscore complex, sees it's about knives. That's awesome. Your wife sounds awesome. Cool, let's get on with the show. Hey, do me a favor and have a seat there, big guy. We'll get on with it when I'm ready, all right? Just plop on down there. Just take a little seat. You know what? Get yourself a little carpet square and just sit there on the floor. Why don't you sit on your hands, okay? Thanks. Thanks, Chief. All right. My wife said you look like Wahlberg. Oh, tell your wife thanks. I appreciate that. I know you guys like it when I'm a little bit mean. I'm trying to be better about that. I just want you guys to know I'm trying to be better about being mean, but every now and then I'm going to be a little bit mean. Sometimes you just got, sometimes I need it too. Sometimes I need people to be mean to me, Sometimes you need to be told to sit down on a carpet square and just be quiet. Used to be brutal. So I'm still brutal in YouTube Shorts, and I'm still brutal in TikTok a little bit. And here's why. I don't have nearly as much patience for people who are dedicated doom scrollers, because the attention span is so low. People have their brains have been trained to give opinions on videos that have essentially no context. So you're already dedicating like an irrational nothing amount of, it's just such a nothing burger for a nothing burger. So people in YouTube Shorts tend to have the dumbest takes. And they are also the most consistent wrongdoers. A lot of, you can tell when somebody's leaving a brainless comment. So, and I also know that those people are not dedicated to watching content or seeking context. They have no interest. They want to leave a little smart comment to make themselves feel better in the moment, and I'm not going to give them, I'm going to throw that pie right back in their face. Every single time. People always tell me, don't engage. I will engage. In long form content with dedicated subscribers and viewers, that's a totally different story. I have a completely different respect for people who watch regular long form content, even if they don't agree with me, because I know that they're watching and they're getting the full context and they're leaving an opinion based on watching the video. That's totally different. The short form guys, no, those guys are mostly ding dongs. I'm not saying everybody who watches short form content is a ding dong. I'm saying people who regularly engage negatively in the comment section under short form content, usually there's a distinct lack of brain power being applied there. You make a knife lock with a hydraulic ram. I don't even know what that is. It sounds epic, but maybe. I intentionally rage bait my YouTube Shorts. Like when I said that people who bend blades in a vise eat toothpaste and plug their nose when they jump into a pool, that was meant as a personal attack at short form, like people who regularly engage. That was a heat-seeking missile. I meant for that to sting. And I got so much backlash for that, and I engaged with every last bit of it. No, but I have the utmost respect for the people, like people here in the live, people who watch my content. Yeah, no, very different interactions with you guys. I easily pissed off 50,000 people with that comment. Easily. And listen, it's like I keep saying, I've said this a million times. If you do jump in a pool and hold your nose, okay, you just didn't learn. It's not a big deal. Just when you hit the water, exhale through the nose or hold your breath. The water won't go in your nose, I promise. It's something they teach to little kids at swim lessons, But if you didn't learn, you didn't learn. Everybody's circumstances are different. It was less about that and more about the, The double side of the sword is the mouth breathers that comment on YouTube Shorts. It was a specific personal attack. There. Did Microtech fix the RAM lock? It appears so. None of my RAM locks have ever failed. What are we at? We're in hour 16. It's about time. I'll be right back, guys. But hey, listen, do this. If you haven't done this, do this. If you're new to the live stream, if this is your first live stream, you need to pay attention. The instructions for entry are right here. If you're commenting in chat right now thinking you're entered, you are not entered. You have to do this. There's a link in the description. Open the description. It says enter here. I'm not going to make you buy anything or join anything. It's free. I'm keeping all the comments in one place on an unlisted video. And that unlisted video is listed in the description. Open the description. Enter yourself. Be right back. All right, let's clear some of this and get those mystery pouches out. You don't have to clear it all. We're going to move the saber, though. Oh, this thing is enormous. I need to find a good dedicated spot for this. I have no room in my office. Actually, my YouTube office is actually pretty small. Office. I'd say it's an office. It's a storage room. It's a large storage room, but a small office. Oh, the review for this is finally coming. This is the most intimidating knife that I've ever reviewed. The Lesbar Aviator Bifrost is a complicated knife, but I have the review finished. Where's the pouch for that? Okay, big boy, you're going to have to be moved up here. I don't know where that pouch went. Ugh. We're just moving the main case knives. What else? This guy. This guy. That's definitely not. Some of these are not getting put back correctly. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to look at that case and go, what the heck was I thinking? Oh, this guy. Sure. All of these are out of order. Gosh. Okay. Last chance to enter. Last chance. 1,500 people in here. Hope you guys entered. Also, there's 559 likes and 1,500 people in here. You guys can get me to 1,000 likes real quick, out of your good graces. You could do that. You have that power. Click the like button. A bunch of confetti and stuff comes out of it. When's the last time you liked a video? Try it. It's fun. It's pretty. Okay. Anything that's on the border is not part of the giveaway. It's just on the border. Let's get these pouches out. So all of the premium knives that I have packed into these pouches are still here. If you don't know exactly what's going on, we're going to draw 2 winners tonight. If your name is drawn, you get to select 2 pouches. These are all identical pouches. They're either Civivi or Sencut. but the knives that are in them are random. I mean, like they're all different brands, is what I mean. So if you you know, there's a good chance that you'll win something premium. We started with 20. We drew, excuse me, 2 winners last week. So we're down to 16. Where's the iPad? There it is. Give me a sec here. Wow, the volume's super low. Give me a sec here. Let me get the link. Is this Kid Icarus? I feel like it is. My son was doing his homework on my iPad. Hold on. You guys got your pouches picked out? Start thinking about what you want. Good. It says 1.7 thousand entries, so we're good. Okay, here it is, the Common Picker website. We're going to refresh. Make sure everybody knows it's a fresh page. We'll do that again. There we go. Go down. We're going to paste that link so you guys can all see where I'm pulling from. There it is right there with the right date and the right link. You can check that if you want. Filter duplicate users is on. Get YouTube comments. Let's see how many we got. 1,700, I assume. I know you guys are wondering if I'm going to go back to like giving away knives in the middle of the stream, and the answer is yes. If you're one of those people who waits until the end of the stream, like I get it, but to keep the population consistent and because it makes it more interesting, I'm going to eventually implement a system where I randomly give knives away in the middle of the stream to random people who don't suspect it. I thought that would be fun, but I need to replenish my stock. I gave away towards like the last third of the year, I gave away like 120 knives, which was my whole reserve of giveaway stuff. So I need to replenish that after companies send things for review. And then we'll start doing that. But anyways, the first winner. You guys ready? First winner tonight is Pipe Dev Null. Good luck all. Thanks, MC. What's your picture there? The cloud. Looks like a bomb cloud or something. I'm not really sure what that is. A giant tornado. I don't know what that is. All right. Everybody slow down. Let's find this. There he is. He says, oh, snap. There he is. He's right there. He won. Okay. We should have 8 up top and 8 on the bottom. 1 through 8, or 2 up top, 2 on, but you can pick any 2 you want. Give me 2 numbers and tell me the rows. But I want everybody else. Oh, it's a picture of the Milky Way. Okay, all right. That's cool. That's a super detailed picture. It's a really cool profile picture. Okay, everybody else slow down. Let's let him pick. See what he won. He could win 2 premiums. We still have one more winner to pick, so don't leave yet. Is he thinking? Let him think. Tell me your 2 numbers. What was the question? You need to pick. You need to pick 2 pouches. 1 through 8 up top, 1 through 8 on the bottom, or 2 on bottom, 2 on top. Just be specific. Tell me which pouches you want. It's all right. He's a tad frazzled. 2 and 7. 2 on the top. Number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I counted that. Are these the 2 pouches you've picked? A simple yes or no will suffice. He said it's totally frazzled. Yeah, it's all right. He didn't expect to win. He didn't know what the heck was going on. He's celebrating. He's doing cartwheels. Yeah, yes, sir. Okay. Your first knife. Ah, the new Kaiser. The new Kaiser Intrepid button lock. Kaiser Intrepid button lock for the first win. It's just my fingerprints on it. It's fine. Second knife. Oh, the carbon fiber CJRB. This is what is the name of this? Somebody help me out. AR RPM 9 and carbon fiber. The Kindred. Yeah, I said Intrepid. It's Kindred. And then the other one is the Hectare with the thumb stud, which is the superior build. So nice, good wins. Okay, so please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your complete shipping details, and the 2 knives that you won. All of that information is very important, and it makes my job much easier. I'll respond to you no later than Friday of next week with your complete shipping information, including tracking. Congratulations. I'll keep these safe for you in the meantime. I won't throw them down the driveway, I promise. Okay, 7 and 7. 7 and 7. All the premiums are still in there. I promise they're in there. I really hope somebody draws one. You guys are going to think that I've messed with this. Those of you who've been involved in past live streams where we did this and somebody drew 2 premiums in a row with the full 20, it happens sometimes. I promise you there are premium knives in there. Okay. Let's refresh the page. We're going to redo it so that we get everybody. If you entered late, there's the link. Same thing. All of that. Filter duplicate users. Let's get the full amount of comments again. I have 3 premium knives tucked away in there. So you could easily draw 2 if you're lucky. And when I say premium, I mean valued at 200 plus. 1,780 was the, whoops. 1,780. Sorry, I spit on the iPad. Sorry about that. Okay. The final winner of the evening. Are you guys ready? Final winner tonight. Knucklehead's Garage 8360 says, let's go. Purple N. Purple N. Knucklehead's Garage 8360. Slow down. Knuckleheads, you can make yourself known. You can spam. You can scream. You can yell. You can fill your pants with spaghetti. Whatever you need to do. Be loud. Hold on. He's got 2 minutes. If he's not here, we'll move on after 2 minutes. Give him 2 minutes. What time is it? He's got until 8:03. 8:03 Central Standard Time. Is he not here? Oh, man. I just feel bad for people. This happens, like, statistically more than it should. Rigged? He's not here. There's always like a 5% chance or so that the person's not here. I mean, it has to. That's 1 in 20. It's probably more like 3%. Bummer, dude. Knuckleheads, you're gonna come back tomorrow and you're gonna be bummed, man. I can't give you any knives if you're not here. Poopy got his knives. Mostly because his name was Poopy Pablo. I mean, I gotta be honest, I gave him free knives because his name was Poopy Pablo. He's gonna be real. If your name is extremely funny, then there's a chance I'll give you free knives. You can scream at me to move all you want. Everybody here knows I don't succumb to peer pressure. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait until 8:03. The rules are the rules. You gotta pay the cheese tax. $8:03. Gotta pay the cheese tax. Now that song's stuck in my head. 8:03. It's time. Knucklehead's Garage. I'm so sorry. You've been eliminated. We gotta pick a new one. Okay. The actual winner. And then I gotta go because it's 8:03. V Zombie. Upside Down City. Disrespect your surroundings. Oh my god, what a perfect comment. Awesome. Please be here. V Zombie. V Zombie. Hey, that's him. I see him. Zombie. He said, woo. All right. Zombie. 1 through 7 up top, 1 through 7 on bottom. Chat, slow down and let him talk. I know you guys want to say congrats, but please don't because it fills chat up. Let him talk. Zombie, tell me what you want, buddy. Friendo. Chief, champ. Hold on, let's see what he gets. Let's see what he gets. I know you guys are holding your breath. 2 top, 4 bottom. 2 top, 4 bottom. Is this acceptable to you? Do you accept? Is this what you want? Yes or no? The stress, everybody's anxiety is peaking right now. I'm going to tell you right now, one of them's heavy. One on top. Oh, no, it's heavy because it's steel. This is one of the Beg Steelcraft knives. Really cool. I believe it's VG10, steel body, and we have a smooth G10 inlay, 2 smooth G10 inlays. Actually, a really cool knife. Liner lock, runs on bearings. These Steelcraft knives from Beg are really, really nice. Congratulations. That's a cool one. What is this? What could this be? Oh, not necessarily premium, I don't think, but the weird Christmas Militaw with the red liners. This was a bizarre one, and I wanted to keep it. It's got like gnomes and stuff on it. Oh my gosh. So what do we have here? Number 9 of 250, limited run. Super cool. What a fun one. I don't know what the steel is. I legitimately don't know. I think it says Happy Xmas. Yeah, I don't know what the steel is. And I think it's Nitro V. Gold pocket clip. Gold hardware. It's just fun, man. Super weird. They're long gone. But there you go. I kept it knowing that I'd give it away. Congrats. I think it's Nitro V. There's a small chance that it's something else, but it's the steel liner, like it's the liner lock version, so probably Nitro V, but a fun one. It's not the wrong zombie. That's the right guy. Email me at metalcom... What? No, it isn't. Guys, no, it isn't. The name that's associated... Go ahead and email me. The name listed is sometimes different than the base account name. It's his exact profile picture. I promise you, it's the right guy. I have a way of going back and looking, so if I'm wrong, I'll let you know, but I promise you. The base account and the name on the account is sometimes different. Can you imagine how unlikely it is that person replicated the exact profile picture within a matter of seconds? It's him. Don't be dense. metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, the exact knives you won, and your complete shipping information. Zombie is the right guy. What's displayed and the base account name can sometimes be different, but it is the right person. Okay, I know you guys want me to do more, but we got to follow the rules. We're doing this so that I can build up more giveaway stuff. All right. Let me give away some memberships here real quick. Oh, I've got 10 free ones. I'll give them all away right now. So there's 10 from me, 2 groups of 5. Congrats. We'll make sure those all go through. And then it's time for me to go because we're 6 minutes over and my wife definitely needs help with the baby. The baby. All right. Thank you so much for participating in this live stream. Congrats to the winners. Thank you so much to my patrons. Thank you so much to my channel members. Thank you to my subscribers. And thank you to the people who watch but don't subscribe. And thank you to the people who absolutely hate my channel but just show up to win knives. I appreciate you too. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.